Here I'm using shortcut slot 6, but this could be done in shortcut slot 4, shortcut slot 5. It's something that is going to be the same throughout, so it doesn't make much difference which version you have. Now, someone asked me the other day how to make a window, so I thought I would actually go through how I do this, and then you can see if you like that method. Now, my first tip for doing this is to make the window, design the window the size that you want it to start with. Don't make it a big one and then downsize it, and don't make it a small one and then upsize it. I have a rectangle and a semicircle, and these are all shapes from the library, the standard shapes. Now this measures, I think, 8 centimeters. So if I come over here to the position size, I get the measurements, 8 centimeters. So I have a semicircle here, and I want to make that measure the same. So come over here and I just put in 8, and there we go. I have to put this over the top of my shape, just overlapping it ever so slightly. Select both, come over here, make sure it says to selection, and then center it from side to side, go up to path and then union, and that will make it an arch. Now I need to make it into a frame, so I can go to effects, shadow layer. Now I can either choose to do an inset, or I can choose to do one on the outside, but if I want my frame to be no bigger than 8 centimeters wide, then I need to do an inset, and I just need to make this the size that I want. I'm going for 5.53. Okay, outline only, and click on OK. So now I have my frame, but these two shapes, these are independent. And what I want to do is to select them and go to path and exclude. Now these could be filled with color because they are joined together. One has been cut out from the other. So in this particular case, I want to have a semicircle or something at the top, but I'm going to use a crossbar to create it. So I've got this bar and I have sized it so that it is 0.45 centimeters. Now this is because the outside frame of a window or door would usually be bigger than an inside bar. But in the case of a top one, that's not necessarily the case. And I'm going to alter that to make it 0.5, I think it was 0.53. So uncheck the keep proportions, 0.53. There we go. So that's a bit thicker. Now, if I'm really bothered about doing this, normally I would check that that is the same thickness simply by making it vertical, and then I could check that they lined up. So I think that is pretty much the position I want. So if I take both of those, check that line is in the center, and then go to path and then union. So we now have a frame with the arched window at the top. Now I'm going to copy that and paste it. This gives me another one that I can take apart for other purposes. So I could be doing different designs with it, or I could just be using spare parts from this. Take the color out of there so we can see everything that we have. I'm going to copy and paste it. So I have a replica of it, put it over there. Now this one I'm going to make a lot shorter. Oops, grab it, come on. Okay, and I don't want to keep the proportions because I just want to make shorter and not narrower. And if I put that up there, yeah, it just goes above the top of that. Oops. There we go. You can just see the top of it above the door. So move that to one side. I want to copy that, paste it in place, and then I go to Object, Transform, and then Rotate. A semicircle is 180 degrees. I want to split this window into 3 sections. So that means I want to split it into sections of 60 degrees. So I'm going to rotate this 60 degrees. So I'm going to apply and click on OK. And then I'm going to put this down at the bottom there. So I want to line it up with the bottom of the selection and the left of the selection. Go to Path, go to Union. And now I can put this up right like so. I would probably put it there. I think that would be where it would go, and just centre it. Now, I know what you're thinking at the moment. If you add that to that, it's going to make a mess. What I'm going to do is take this object here and break it apart. Let's take the colour out of this to make it easier, because we can see everything when there's no fill. And I can take these two things here, and the apex of that V there is where I want it on the base. So let's make sure that's in the middle of that selection there, which it is. And I think that is pretty much where I'd want it to be. So let's go to Path, Back minus Front. And there we have our pieces. And you'll see that they are still actually grouped together. I can't just select one of these. They all get selected at the same time. Left arrow and move it over to the left side. Now I need to make sure it's in the center. So center that up, yep. And then go to Path Exclude. But I can't do Path Exclude at the moment because I've got another shape here. So I need to group, and then we can either go to Back minus Front or Path Exclude. It doesn't make any difference. So that is now a frame in its own right. As you can see, when I roll over that, everything is selected. So this is one piece. So I have this strut here, which is the width that I want it. Keep the proportions checked off and just increase the length of it. Now I want to copy and paste that because I need another one. And I'm going to make that one shorter because this one is going to be our crossbars again. I should have just copied it and pasted it when it was short and I forgot to do it. So this one here, we need to make sure it's in the middle. And go to Path and Union. And that has joined it to the rest of the frame. So this one needs to be rotated so that it's horizontal. And I just need to check the width of it. Take the width of that down just a fraction because I don't want any bits sticking out. Right, now what I want to do is to put one there, and I want to do 5 copies. So Object, Duplicate, and I want this row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to group them together. I want to put this one, I'll move this one down to the bottom like so. So I've got one on this top frame here and the rest are just sitting there. So if I select all these and go to Object, Distribute, I want to distribute it to the selection. That means distribute amongst itself. The group of objects I've got are going to be the reference point. So the top and the bottom are going to be the reference point. And what I want to do is distribute the space vertically. Now this is giving me equal spacing all the way down here. So this one here can be deleted. This one here can also be deleted. And just select everything else and put it to the middle. Go to Path and go to Union. And there we have our arched window exactly as it should be. Now, if you decide you want this frame to be slightly wider, then you can break it apart. You can select the outside line. You can go to Path and you can go to Offset Path. Now this will take away the original line and replace it. So it's not like doing a shadow, it's replacing. And so you can choose your offset on there, and you can just click on OK, and it will make that one a lot heavier if you want to do that, and I think that looks better. So I'm happy with the way that has turned out. I will just select everything in the center of it and group it, and either do the path exclude or back minus front, makes little difference. And there we have our frame, and if I click on this, I can put a fill color on it. Now if you want to do another layer on this, what you can do is to copy and paste. There we go. And you can do an offset on that as well. So let's take the color out, go to effects, shadow layer, outline only, inset shadow. Here's the offset that I made, and I've colored it in white, and I've changed the color to this one to gray so that you can see how it stacks up. Put one on top of the other and come over here to line them up. As you can see, if you're doing paper piecing, then you could stack the layers one on top of the other to get a lot of dimension, which is also very useful to do. Or you could just use it as a shadow if you wanted to move it over to one side, for example. That gives you a different effect again. Okay, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you again soon. Take care now.